Hey there, Tiffany Thomas with wealthytiffany.com, and in today's video, we're going to be talking all about passive income because passive income gives you freedom. You can spend time on whatever you would like instead of spending time working to create money, and who doesn't like that? And one of the passive income investments that you can make, I have actually used this to create $1,730 per month from this investment. So I'm going to share that later in the video, so stick around. Now, the easiest way to create passive income is to invest your money. You could spend time creating passive income, or you could invest your money to create passive income, or you could use both time and money to do that. But using your time to create passive income takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot longer to build that passive income over time. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 different ways to invest your money of $1,000 or less to create passive income today. So we can all make money while we sleep instead of spending our time working to create that money. And the last item that I want to share with you guys is going to be very unique. I don't think that you have heard of this before, so make sure and stick around to the end of the video to hear this passive income investment strategy. So let's dive right in. The first way to create passive income through investing is by investing in what's called an ETF, an exchange traded fund. And this is a very simple investment to make. You can set up either a brokerage account or a Roth IRA and invest your money in an ETF. And I actually love Vanguard, so I recommend the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF, and that's abbreviated VTI. So if you wanted to get started very simply with passive income, you can just invest in this ETF. And you can buy just one share if you would like to, and it's about $166 right now. Now, if you wanted to use your full $1,000, then you could buy 6 shares of VTI and put all of your money into this type of investment. And there's a few different reasons I like investing in this particular ETF. And one of them is that it's very simple to invest in, and it doesn't take a lot of money to get started, less than $1,000. And it has a great expense ratio associated with it. So almost every fund or ETF that you'll invest in has an expense ratio associated with it. And this one is 0.03%. So you are not paying a lot to make this investment. Another reason I like this ETF is because it follows the total stock market. So you are, in essence, investing in all of the US stocks with one ETF. And you don't have to worry about switching your money out of this ETF. You can just leave your money there and continue to invest in this same ETF over time and build up your wealth that way, build up your passive income. This ETF will rise over time because it's following the total stock market, which has gone up about 8% over time. You can start to sell these shares when you would like to and create passive income that way because you've invested your money. And ideally, when you sell, it'll be at a higher price than what you bought it for. So you're making a profit from investing your money. And another reason I like this ETF is because they actually pay you a dividend. So they will pay you a percentage of the money that you have invested in this ETF, and they'll pay it out quarterly. So you could take out that dividend and put that into your checking account and get paid every quarter, every 3 months, by investing in this ETF. Or you could reinvest those dividends so it will make you more money over time. It's entirely up to you, but when you look at it this way, it's creating you passive income either right now if you wanted to take out those dividends, or over the long term if you want to reinvest those and then slowly cash out over time. And you can start to sell your shares over time. And I wanted to show you an example of how much you could earn in dividends. So if you purchased VTI at $166 per share, and our dividend yield is that 2.3%, and we invested our full $1,000, then at the end of 1 year, we would have $1,023. So you could divide that $23 profit up by quarters if you wanted to cash out each quarter, or you could just leave it in your account and continue to invest more money in this ETF to create more dividends, which would create more passive income for you. And this is an ETF that I actually invest in. All right, let's move to point number 2 for passive income investments that you can make for less than $1,000. And this one is investing in individual stocks. I really like investing in individual stocks, although I do invest in that ETF. But I have some individual stocks that I've chosen, and some of those pay dividends as well, just like the ETF does. And to give you a couple of examples, one of them is Apple stock, and another one is Pepsi stock. So you can buy individual companies, you can buy shares of individual companies, and those will also pay you dividends. And from my experience, I've seen even a higher return on individual stocks rather than investing in a total stock market fund or ETF. You just have to make sure you pick the right stocks and do some homework on that. But that is just another way to create passive income. You can collect dividends if they are stocks that do pay dividends, or you can hold on to those stocks over time and let them increase in value, and then start to sell off some of those shares and create that passive income later on. It's entirely up to you, but it's a great investment to make to start creating that passive income for yourself. And if you did want to invest in Apple stock, it's about $323 right now. So you could buy 3 shares of that for about $1,000. And you could have 3 shares of Apple and start receiving dividends from that each quarter. And here is an example for Apple. So if we purchased Apple for $323 per share, they have a dividend yield of 1%. And if we were to use our full $1,000 and leave it in there for 1 year, we would have a total of $1,010. So we would have received $10 in dividends. And I know this may seem like a small amount, but if you continue to invest in Apple or whatever stock, your money will continue to grow and you'll continue to create more and more passive income. So for example, if we had $10,000 instead of that $1,000, we'd be making an extra $100 per year in just dividends. That wouldn't even include that the stock price would continue to rise over the long term, and we could eventually sell the stock and create a profit that way. Or you could even buy Pepsi, which is trading at about $143. So you could buy 7 shares of Pepsi right now and start collecting those dividends. And here's our example of Pepsi. If we purchase that for $143 per share, they have a dividend yield of 2.69%. If we invested our full $1,000, then after 1 year, we would have a total of $1,026.90. So we would have made $26.90 from our dividends. And I haven't even talked about the fact that there is compound interest. If you were to leave the dividend amount in your account, then you would continue to earn interest on that amount, which would continue to grow exponentially over time, creating you more passive income over the long term. Or just pick a really good stock that you would like to invest in and hold on to it for the long term and create that passive income later. And if you are curious on how to buy stocks, I do have a course called Buy Your First Stock in 48 Hours, so I'll leave the link below, only if you're interested, no pressure whatsoever. And the third passive income investment that you can make for under $1,000 is something that I'm really passionate about, and I do a lot of this, is to rent out a room. And maybe you're thinking, I don't want to live with a roommate. But this is a strategy that I have created $1,730 in passive income every month. So I rent out 3 of my bedrooms in my place, and I live in the 4th bedroom, so we all have our own rooms. But I love this strategy so much because you can just rent out an empty room and start creating passive income immediately. You don't even have to use $1,000 to get started with this investment strategy. And maybe you're renting, but you do have an extra bedroom. You can check your lease to make sure that it's okay to rent out that extra bedroom first. But if it is okay, then you can immediately start renting out that extra bedroom and creating passive income. and maybe you're living in a 1-bedroom. So honestly, consider moving into a 2-bedroom place and getting a roommate, renting out that extra room so that you can pay less in your housing, because housing is the highest cost that people pay out of all of their expenses. So the more we can reduce that, then the more income that we can have. And this is a really easy way to create passive income. Maybe you're thinking, well, I'm married and I have kids, so that's not really possible. Not so. I have an old roommate actually that is now married, and her husband, before they got married, he actually lived with a married couple that had children, and he just lived in their spare bedroom that they had, and he would actually help out, like babysitting, and she would make dinner for their family, for her family and him. So it turned out to be a really great situation. This can be a really good way to create that passive income. So really consider that, because I've seen super high returns by doing this investment strategy. I was going to buy a place anyway, so renting out my other rooms, I'm able to create a lot of passive income. And I also have rental properties, but that's going to be a little more than $1,000. So we're not going to talk about that today. But seriously consider renting out a bedroom in your place, or even turning a living room area into a bedroom. I've heard of that before. So you can set up a temporary wall and create a little bedroom, maybe do Airbnb or VRBO, and create a little extra income that way. So something to think about. All right, the fourth passive income investment strategy for less than $1,000 is to invest in a CD, a certificate of deposit. Now, this won't get you a really high passive income amount, but if you are looking to use that money within the next year or the next maybe 3 to 5 years, then you may want to keep that somewhere safe, but make a little extra money on it. So I actually looked up to see what the rates are for CDs right now, and the highest that I saw was 2.15%. So you could stick your $1,000 into a CD for a year, and you do have the option with some of these CDs to have that interest paid to you monthly that you would be earning on your $1,000. Or you could leave that interest in there and let it build over time. It's up to you, but that is another way to create passive income. And it may seem like a really small amount, but if you have $0 in passive income right now, then a really small amount, a couple of dollars, is a big improvement from that. And you can just scale up and grow that passive income from that small amount. But it just takes that first step of getting started, and then you can start to expand your passive income. And this brings us to the fifth passive income investment strategy that you can use for $1,000 or less. And I'm excited to share this one with you guys because it's not really talked about. It's kind of a newer thing that's happening. And I haven't done this one personally, but I have been looking into it a little bit, so I might be doing it later on down the road. And if I do, I'll definitely do a follow-up video, but I wanted to share this information with you guys. You can actually sign up for Arcadia Power, and I have signed up with them. I'm using them currently, and they essentially link your current power company to their site, and they are all about clean energy, so that's what they promote. And it's a free account that you can set up. And part of what they do is kind of a solar panel community. So you can actually sign up to buy solar panels, not for your own house, but for the community, for someone else. And then they give you a discount on your power bill. So if you are paying a power bill, whether you're renting or you're a homeowner, you can sign up with them and you can actually buy solar panels and get that credit on your statement each month, on your power statement. And when I logged into my account and I said to buy 10 solar panels, so that would equal $1,000, that would be your $1,000 investment, I was getting an average of $10 a month credit on my power statement. So that's kind of a little different way to create passive income, because you're saving this $10 on your power bill that you're going to be paying anyway. So you can do whatever you would like with this $10 that you're saving, by investing in these solar panels. So I thought this was really fascinating, and I'm sure there's a lot of other little hacks or tricks out there like this, but let me know what you think of this investment strategy. Investing in solar panels, which is positive for the world. That means we are using cleaner energy by using solar panels, and you're helping other people to do that. And then you're receiving a credit on your power statement because you helped do this. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And those are the 5 passive income investment strategies for $1,000 or less that you can get started in today, so you can start creating that passive income, so you can stop always trading time for dollars. If you guys found this video helpful, please hit the like button, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That will really help me out, and we can get this content out to more people. And don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. And just as a side note, if you guys are interested in getting 2 free stocks, which are investments, by the way, then Webull is doing a promotion right now. If you set up a free account, you get 1 free stock. If you deposit $100 into that account, you get a second free stock valued up to $1,400. And then you can do whatever you would like with your stocks and your $100. So I will leave my referral link below, and you can sign up with that to get your 2 free stocks. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.